name is Opal Singleton. I am the president and CEO of Million Kids. This is a Million Kids Insider Alerts. If you don't regularly receive these, we're sending them out to everyone right now, but in the future, you'll have to subscribe. Please go to millionkids.org, sign up. It's free, and it's a way to keep yourself educated. This particular one is a case analysis. Sometimes we announce legislation or we announce new cases, but in this one, we are analyzing a case. This is very similar to the one that we just sent out to you. Our goal for this is to educate you, in this case, about gang trafficking, and specifically in this case, the bLOODS gang. We recently shared a case of a large-scale bLOODS gang sex trafficking ring that was operating from Dallas, Texas, in Fort Worth area. It was led by a gentleman that he called himself Macknificent, the man on the left here, and also two women. But it was a very large-scale ring. It took place actually over 13 different states. They interviewed and received testimony from over 20 victims, but they believe that there are probably more than 100 victims in this case. They believe that it was generating at least $7.5 million in income just by forcing women out to have sex. And the violence was just unbelievable in that case. Well, we have another bLOODS case. It's quite a bit different. So I wanted to take a minute just so that you can kind of juxtaposition the way that these gangs operate. In this case, it is the sentencing of an individual. He got 7 years. He is a bLOODS gang member. He got 7 years for a sex trafficking case. His name was Dominic Cunningham. He was 27 years old, and he committed these crimes over 2 years. He was a bLOODS gang member. His charges involved 3 charges where he pled guilty. 3 counts of sex trafficking, promoting prostitution in the 2nd degree, and intimidating a victim or a witness, meaning he threatened her. He will be required to register as a sex offender. He seriously exploited his victim. He forced her to continue to engage in prostitution by kicking her, by hitting her, by whipping her with a belt, giving her prescription tranquilizers, making threats against her and her family. He would drive the victim out to the hotel room for the sex dates. He then would send her threatening text messages to the victim, threatening to kill her and her mother because he believed that they had filed a police report against them. So there are some important takeaways when you're dealing with gang trafficking. Gangs, including the blood gangs, are engaged in human trafficking. Gang trafficking is often violent and it's very dangerous. These cases can be isolated, as you saw in the case of Cunningham, or they can be large scale across the nation, as you saw out of the case out of Dallas, Texas. The victims of gang trafficking are some of the most exploited victims of crime, and they are going to need long-term professional care. Now, let me give you a couple of other inputs on this kind of case. If you know of someone that is being involved in a gang, a lot of times what will happen is the young girls don't intend to be part of a gang. They'll meet on a dating site or they'll meet on a hookup site. And then it's all kind of exciting and they like their tattoos and like that. And before long, they are being drugged or they're being forced into prostitution. If you know one of those situations, I'm going to show you how to report, and you can report anonymously. Use your head on this kind of thing. Do not delve in there and start trying to, do some heroic save. These people play for keeps. This is a gang that is doing this. Take note, get the information, give us everything you can, and I'm going to show you how to report. You can report this anonymously. Now, if you see somebody in trouble, just call 911 and let them know that what you're seeing, because this is a national hotline. It'll take 2 or 3 days to deal with that. But if you know of a situation like that, you can report either by giving your name or doing it anonymously at 1-888-3737-888. 1-888-3737-888. Do not put yourself in harm's way. These people play for keeps. So stand back, take notes, and then report. I want to thank you for supporting the work of Million Kids. It is our goal. We've now educated more than 500,000 people that we know of. Then there's people like you that we can't see that you're out there, but we so much appreciate you. We cannot do this work without your financial support and your prayers. So if you would go to millionkids.org and hit that donate button, or if you're old fashioned, there's a P.O. box on there. You can send us a check. I still like checks, trust me. I appreciate each and every one of you that support our work. Hold us up in prayer and support us financially. If you need to reach me to share anything, please contact me at opal, OPAL, at millionkids.org. I am not 911. Okay, so if someone is in trouble, call the police. I carry a very busy schedule. But if you want to contact me to share something, you can do that at that point. So thank you for listening to Insider Alerts, and I'll see you next time.